my thought process is like you must try first thing. If it doesn't work out, you should look for other things which are like outside your domain also related.
According to you, you should know the skills of data analyst, you should know the skills of data science, and you should also know the skills of data engineer, and then ML operations also.
Basically, like yes, market like in the current scenario, you need to like sometimes do your hands dirty with other fields also, like a bit, because that's how business operates. They wanted to have a value associated with it. It is different for a different person. Like so, you have to find your own way. Like whether you are lacking confidence in your profession, whether you are getting burnout, whether you are like thinking you are not able on the right path. So you need to find a reason and then work on that reason. So like this is the best way to tackle the field. My advice would be like first getting started with the programming language. Like choose one programming language, start hands on and not reading too much things. Get the basic stuff right and start with the hands on programming. You will get a programming language right. Then start with the project because like you need two projects to discuss in the interview. If you don't have like two projects, you will not even get highlighted in the interview also. Like you need to get shortlisted first. Like recruiter scans your resume for about 30 seconds, max 30 seconds, like 10 to 20 seconds on an average. So having a project which is like connected to the current business requirement will help you get shortlisted first. Then the skills will come handy. If you don't have a projects that are connected with the like, current trend, you will not even get shortlisted. So getting your programming language and a project right will help.
Hello, everyone. This is Vivekanand from Cloudyml's team. Welcome to another podcast. So we have our guest Vishnu. He's currently working in Accenture as a data scientist. So he has done actually b.tech and then switched to or made his career into data domain. So let's know more about him. So yes, Vishnu, over to you. Please tell us more about your self like education background and then how did you manage to move into this domain?
Sure. So basically, like initially, I started with the B.tech like in 2014. Then, like initially, I was working electronics and electrical. Although I was not able to relate to that much at that point of time, so I did try to try to relate it. Then I moved to the like moved my aspirations towards information IT and CS field. So I tried to work hard and somehow like got the job because my college was below T3, you can call it. It was but like every college has its own advantage disadvantage. So like I tried to like work on my skills initially when I was working as a front end engineer. So I got to know that that there's a field which people are working in data domain, like and they're directly related with the business. So they are impacting the business so much. So like I got curious to know like how the help of data they are impacting the business so much. So I thought to like connect with those people. Like they're also working in the same company but in a different team. So I tried to like have a conversation with them so that I can work with them on a front end task, but with a team so that I can know more about that field. So that's how I got to know like there's a data science exists in that. So and how did I like how did I connect with the data science field if you wanted to know like because when you start with something like you know you find the reasons so that you can relate more to it, you can find meaning to it, and you have a future with it, like you know, yeah, like you can work hard for it even when you are not feeling up to the mark, like sometimes the day is bad and still you are working hard for that thing. So I felt the same way for this field. Like I can work enormously, like even for like 9-10 hours without feeling like drained because like I was making an impact directly to the business and was able to like connect with the business more, able to express myself more in that field. So that's why.
Okay. So you have done B.tech in electrical and electronics, you mentioned, right?
Yes.
All right. So then you plan to ideally switch to IT domain or computer
Yes.
science and finally then data domain. So you must be having that sense of fear, right? like how can I learn this programming language, right? So how did
Yes,
you
yes.
overcome that? How did you overcome that?
Basically, like initially, like my thought process is like you must try first thing. If it doesn't work out, you should look for other things which are like outside your domain, also related to somehow. Because initially I tried with electrical, there are so much moving things associated with it, and like it is also like quite like sometimes dangerous also. Like when you're not fully aware about it, like if
Right.
you do some mistake also, then you are done with it. And the exposure of like electrical is limited, in currently like what I got to it like is limited in Delhi NCR or India currently. Like the US and the Europe has more opportunity related, so I was not getting the opportunity also, and I was not what do you call it, getting enthusiasm to work for it also. So I thought like I had no opportunity to like try to like stay with the opportunity which I'm not able to get anything out of it. So let's try it. That's how it starts.
Right, right. So, what are the top skills required? Because you are working as a data
Mm.
scientist, so you must
Mm.
be knowing it better. Like, what are the top skills required to become a data scientist?
So
Both,
basically, like
both tech and non-tech.
both tech and non-tech. So initially, like when the like after the 21, after the language model has arrived, large language model has arrived, the scenario is changing, and so like you must have what do you call it, awareness about language model as a must, because about like 80 to 85% jobs requires that. But if you're targeting other 50%, you require ML, and the cloud is also a must thing. Like because if you are not aware about the cloud, your data science experience is not adding any value to the business. So without cloud, you can't even like survive in it. Like additionally, I would like to mention that in the current scenario, like you need to have certain skill set, because if you are not like initially, like when the field was booming at initially 21, like whole industry was booming, like you might have survived without it, but in today's time you can't survive if you don't have exposure to that. And additionally, like you need to have the MLOps experience also, so how you can productionize it. So like you need to uh, be specific in these fields. That's how.
Okay, so according to you, you should know the skills of data analyst, you should know the skills of data science, and you should also know the skills of data engineer, and then
uh,
ML operations also.
basically like yes, market like in the current scenario, you need to like sometimes do your hands dirty with other fields also, like a bit, because that's how business operates. They wanted to have a value associated with it,
Right,
not
right, right,
like a skill set only.
right, right. So suppose someone is having a sense of fear, like it will take a very long time for me to prepare, right? And definitely it will take
Yes.
more than 7 to 8 months to prepare properly, right?
Mm.
So how to remove those fear from mind and prepare with confidence?
So basically, there are few ways to tackle it. Some might be like, because know like it is a long preparation period. Like sometimes like people get dejected also. Like sometimes they feel like it is getting boring, and people may feel like whether I'm on right path or not. So the best way is to like after 2, 3, 4 months, you can give a basic like a company test, which you may know like is not that high standard. So you may know like you have got the basics right. Like suppose you give an online test, you know that you got the like the Python programming or Java programming, JavaScript programming got right. So you have cleared the step one like task for that. So you will be able to know that you are progressing in the right direction for the first step. For some other people, like taking a break for 2, 3 days after 2, 3 months, so it is different for different person. Like so you have to find your own way, like whether you are lacking confidence in your preparation, whether you are getting burnout, whether you are like thinking you are not able and on the right path. So you need to find a reason and then work on that reason. So like this is the best way to tackle the fear.
Okay, okay. So, like, how to prepare for the interview? Like, what is your how was your experience with Accenture?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Basically, I'm also transitioning to different like company currently, like but transitioning to a bank currently, like
Okay.
a big bank. So like the I would say like in the current, I have also given the interview. So like initially like people do take a test on like the skill you have mentioned, like suppose if you're working in a data science field in machine learning or deep learning, they would like to test you on it, and plus the programming, or most of the companies like 80 to 85% will be taking the first round as an online test, and second will be your like DSA plus a project. So try to keep the thing authentic and genuine in your resume, because you need to justify it in your interview. Like if you have written like more bullet points and you are not able to justify the bullet point, so try to be, if you have not even like completed all the things, so try to mention it. I'm not that confident in this skill, but I'm more confident in this skill. Because if they start with a particular like a skill and you are not confident about it, so you might get rejected at that point. So like mentioning the right skill, mentioning the right expectation for interview does help.
Right, right.
And these skills also does matter, how you're able to convey, how you're adding value to the business. Like suppose if you have built a solution, but how that solution has helped the business, how you're able to justify like you're adding the value to the business, how you're making an impact. So it does matter, because in the manager round, after that the manager round will be there. The manager is not that much concerned about the technical skill, but he will be testing you like how you are handling the stress, how you are adding value to the business, how you will be able to communicate among team members, and how you will be like how others technical other soft skills which are required in the job, not just soft skills required in the job. Yes.
Right, right. So, if somebody is planning to start their upskilling journey, what steps they should follow?
I think
Can you guide?
I think the first step is like getting the project which is making an impact
Mhm.
is important. Like suppose like if you're working on a project, try to connect it with the business value and the skills which are mostly like suppose try to like ask for the people who are working in LLM or the NLP background or a deep learning background, so you can get highlighted more in the interviews. Like if you're working in a field which has current less exposure, so you will be having a less chance of landing in the interview also. So like the
Right,
proportion probability will be lesser. So try to get that, like connect with the like team members who are working in that, getting exposure to it. If you are working in a different project also, like on a, like suppose you are working in ML field, but you're seeing like the more jobs are connected with the LLM background, so it will help you. LLM and the deep learning projects will help you. So try to and be more like experienced with the cloud will help you.
right, right. So, what is your thought process about the job market in data domain? So, there is a sense of fear in people, like there is no job in this particular domain.
um,
What is your
that is not entirely true. There is job in market, because I have like given interviews currently. I've landed a new role also. So, but I would suggest one thing: try to get basically get skilled to a new what do you call it, a current trend will help you. Because like how the business is transitioning is like if it is transitioning to LLM and reinforcement learning, try to get accustomed to it. Because the traditional ML roles are decreasing currently, like they have like less exposure or less opportunities, but they have opportunities. But so that's a probability get. So try to get upskill at the right moment, and try to spend some time on learning will help you, like in the long time also, like, or if you are giving in the interviews currently, both will help you. So that's my like current advice.
Right. And what is your advice for the freshers who are completely fresh to the data domain? Okay, so what is your advice for them?
My advice would be like first getting started with the programming language. Like choose one programming language. Uh, start hands on and read, not getting too much like reading too much things. Get the basic stuff right and start with the hands on programming. You will get a programming language right. Then start with the project, because like you need two projects to discuss in the interview. Like if you don't have like two projects, you will not even get highlighted in the like interview also. Like you need to get shortlisted first. Like recruiter is just scans the interview for scans your resume for about 30 seconds, max 30 seconds, like 10 to 20 seconds on an average. So having a project which is like connected to the current business requirement will help you get shortlisted first. Then the skills will come handy. If you don't have a projects that are connected with the like current trend, you will not even get shortlisted. So getting your programming language and a project right will help.
Okay. So hands-on assignment, hands-on learning is more
Learning.
important.
Yes, because theoretical, because you will be what you will be mentioning. You will not be able to mention like I have read about this, or like I have studied this, or a thing which you have randomly picked up will not help you, because you will not be able to justify in the interview also, or you will not be able to get shortlisted also for the interview. So the both
Right?
things will come handy.
Because there you have to explain technically the things, and
Yes.
that you will be able to explain only and only when you have
Because if there is no
practiced.
differentiation in your project, like suppose if you are picking up a random data set which everyone is doing, so what is the differentiation with other people? You need to have a differentiation, because like if the interview get about 1,000 resume and he have to shortlist about 50 resumes like for the interview, so you need to get that 50 right. You need to
Right.
get into 50, so you have to have a data set and a impact and a skill plus language. So you need to get the combination of these right to get out of one out of in 1,050.
Right. So you are from which place, Vishnu?
New Delhi.
New Delhi. Okay, so your education and everything was from New Delhi itself.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So thank you so much for sharing your inspiring journey with us. Okay, and a lot of guidance for new people who are planning to upskill themselves and enter the data domain. Right? You talked on very wide things like job openings, how you should prepare, and everything. So thank you for that.